Hey guys, I'm Salman, and today we're going to be talking about iOS, Apple's mobile operating system. It's used exclusively on Apple products such as the iPhone, iPad, and the now defunct iPod. iOS was first released more than 10 years ago on June 29, 2007, alongside the first generation iPhone. Although it has drastically improved since then, there are still many improvements that need to be made. One of my main problems with iOS is that it is outright boring. You can't place apps wherever you want. You have to put them in columns, and you have to put them going from left to right. In comparison, on an OS like Android, you can place an app wherever you want on the home screen, and if you want, even in the middle of the screen. This allows for more customization, and I think that Apple should at least partially copy what Google is doing. It's not like they haven't done it already. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I often 3D touch icons by mistake when I try to move them, and I find this to be extremely annoying. Another problem I have with Apple is Siri, Apple's infamous virtual assistant. Siri was first released as an app on the App Store in 2010 and was later fully integrated into the iPhone 4S in 2011. When Siri was first released in 2010, it was the pinnacle of mobile assistants. But ever since then, it has lagged behind its competitors such as Google Assistant and even Alexa. On the bright side, Siri's still better than Bixby, Samsung's mobile assistant, but that's not much of a compliment considering how terrible and obnoxious Bixby is. Unlike other virtual assistants, Siri has difficulty understanding the user and is unable to answer complicated questions. For example, if you ask Siri, "Who is Steve Jobs?" and then you ask, "When was he born?" Siri will be unable to answer the second question because she will not know whose birthday you're talking about. Another problem with iOS is that it has encountered many problems with its updates in recent years. For example, last year, a certain version of iOS 11 caused phones to crash when sent a certain Telugu character. This is extremely problematic in places like India, where Telugu is commonly spoken in some regions. Also, the latest version of iOS has a serious problem in which phones are unable to connect to Wi-Fi. This can be extremely problematic and even costly to people, who are then forced to use cellular data. The bright side to these problems is that they're able to be fixed via software update. However, a big company such as Apple should not be making these mistakes in the first place. Although I have my gripes with iOS, there are some things that I absolutely love. For example, I love iMessage, and I honestly think that it's the best messaging app. It is extremely simple and offers a seamless experience with other Apple users. Being on iMessage makes life much easier, since most people, at least in America, have iPhones. Furthermore, iMessage is reliable and fun. Using the app Gameplay, you can play games such as 8-Ball and 4 in a row with other users. If you couldn't tell before, I'm a hardcore Android user, but iMessage seriously makes me hella jealous. Another feature I love is that you can 3D touch that keyboard in order to turn it into a trackpad. This is a great feature, especially for people like me who make a lot of typos. Honestly, this feature is a lifesaver. Another thing I love about iOS is that all the apps are optimized for it. This results in apps working seamlessly with no bumps along the way. In contrast to iOS, many apps on Android do not run smoothly. The most well-known example of this is Snapchat. On iOS, Snapchat runs smoothly and takes incredible pictures. However, on Android, there are many bumps and crashes along the way, and the pictures are horrendous. It's so bad, I don't even want to use it sometimes. This isn't because iPhones are better than phones that run on Android. It's because app developers put more time into developing iOS apps instead of Android apps. This is probably because iPhones are much more common in this part of the world. So these are my opinions about iOS. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you didn't, please hit the like button anyways. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you had a nice time.